Tending to the livestock is merely the prologue, having secured the goats with fresh foliage. The hermit immediately shifts his focus to the steep slope where the heavy host strikes the loose soil to break the earth's silence. Each rhythmic strike is not just digging shallow pits, but laying the solid foundation for the next harvest, transforming raw wilderness into arable land. The playful puppy watches nearby. A silent witness to this labor of hope has sweat beads on the hermit's brow under the sun. Sowing seeds is a ritual of reverence for life. Cradling the massive chayote squash, the hermit gently presses it into the center of the pit, ensuring the perfect angle for germination before carefully packing soft soil over it. This delicate burial seals the promise of future growth. Yet planting is only the beginning, as retrieving the bamboo poles reveals his foresight in preparing protective shelters for the vulnerable sprouts. Protection must be engineered before the first sprout even breaks the surface. Driving bamboo pulls deep into the soil. The hermit constructs a sturdy conical cage to shield the seeds from trampling beasts, carefully fine-tuning the alignment to guarantee absolute stability for the fragile structure. Carrying heavy bamboo tubes filled with fresh stream water, he returns to deliver precise irrigation to the thirsty earth, awakening the dormant life sleeping beneath the protective canopy. Water is the lifeblood that courses through this terrace sanctuary. Standing by the stone bank, the hermit channels stream water into the freshly tilled vegetable beds, turning the gray soil dark and fertile. Ascending the bamboo ladder to the higher terraces, he employs a tilted bamboo pipe to deliver targeted drops directly to the tomato roots and ingenious gravity-fed system, ensuring every tier of the farm receives its vital nourishment. Leaving the fields behind, the hermit shoulders a heavy bundle of long bamboo poles marching steadily toward the distant terraces. This shift from simple cultivation to monumental construction begins with precise labor. He bends low, driving an iron shovel deep into the damp, rich earth to carve out foundational pits. Then, wielding a thick wooden rummer, he delivers relentless, muffled strikes against the ground. Each powerful blow compacts the soil, creating profound pile holes that will serve as the unshakable anchors for the grand bamboo framework soon to rise above the valley. Erecting the vertical pillars requires absolute precision to establish a level baseline. Thrusting long bamboo pulls into deep holes. The hermit adjusts their vertical until they stand in perfect alignment over the tranquil pond. Spanning multiple vegetable beds, the first massive crossbeam introduces a powerful visual line across the slope. Securing intersections with flexible rat and strips, his occult fingers execute flow as nuts to bind fragmented materials into a unified grid. The structure slowly takes shape under his steady hands. Maximizing spatial efficiency, the hermit turns his attention to the vertical potential of the mossy stone wall, leaning a small bamboo ladder against the damp rock. He clears away obstructing weeds to invite sunlight to the hidden crevices. Observing the natural trajectory of the climbing vines, he drives small wooden pegs into the stone gaps, subtle interventions that guide the flora's growth and expand the ecological planting dimension without disrupting the ancient cliff. Heavy timber transport is the prerequisite for structural reinforcement. Shouldering a massive black log across the stone path, the hermit brings it to the bamboo-roofed pavilion for processing. Kneeling beside the raw material, he employs a folding hand saw to carve precise marker lines before initiating rapid reciprocating cuts, transforming raw timber into essential architectural components under the cool shade of the pavilion. Efficiency in the wilderness demands relentless momentum and meticulous preparation. After clearing the scattered wood chips, the hermit carries a heavy basket of cut timber back to the pavilion's stone foundation, stacking the round logs like bricks at the base. He then plunges his hands into the earth, mixing yellow soil with water and kneading it into a thick uniform mud to craft the most primitive yet eco-friendly adhesive for the upcoming wall construction. Wilderness masonry relies on the perfect marriage of friction and cohesion. Smearing viscous mud along the foundation edge, the hermit places a short log and taps it with a wooden mallet to distribute force evenly. Pressing a thicker log into the wet bed forces excess mud from crevices, ensuring a tight structural bond as he moves to the opposite end, gradually outlining the pavilion's robust new enclosure. Repetition serves as the ultimate test of endurance in solitary construction from across the pond. The hermit's relentless cycle of fetching mud, placing logs, and tamping them down echoes against the deep, quiet forest. He lifts another short log, positions it precisely in the mud bed, and secures it with the mallet. The dull thuds blend seamlessly with the ambient sounds of the woods, while his moving silhouette reflects in the stream, illustrating a perfect symbiosis between human endeavor and nature. Each motion is deliberate, each sound a testament to patience. Structural integrity demands meticulous attention to the smallest gaps, pressing thick yellow mud deep into the crevices between the logs. The hermit ensures no draft can penetrate the emerging wall, while his little dog curiously explores the woodpile nearby. Adding a new layer atop the existing base, his mud-caked hands move with steady authority under the watchful gaze of a grazing goat. He organizes the remaining short logs to calculate the exact height needed to extend the sidewall, transforming the simple structure into a fortified sanctuary against the elements. After days of grueling labor, the structure finally takes its definitive shape. The hermit inspects the green-roofed pavilion, patting loose dirt from his hands with a look of quiet satisfaction. Sunlight filters through the canopy to illuminate the semi-finished wall while the stream murmurs nearby. Stepping back from the completed masonry, he stretches his aching back and gazes into the distant forest, savoring the profound tranquility that follows such monumental creation. The sanctuary now reveals its harmonious layout. Orderly bamboo terraces, a stone pool, and a wooden cabin stand as testaments to self-reliance. Inside the pavilion, the hermit gathers tools and lifts a woven basket, shifting from construction to foraging. He walks along the stone path, crouching by the clear pool to cleanse remnants of labor before venturing into the wild. Tool purification is as vital as sharpening. The hermit scrubs the basket in the pool, washing away construction mud. In the dim cabin, he retrieves a wooden crossbow, inspecting its mechanism with a hunter's eye. Stepping into sunlight, he shoulders the heavy basket and grips the weapon, navigating rocky terrain with his loyal pup trailing. Close, ready for the forest's bounty. The sharp crack of the trigger shatters the forest's silence, securing a vital protein source for the days ahead. Maintaining his aim briefly to confirm the strike, the hermit swiftly recovers his bolt and pivots to forage, tossing wild fruits and mushrooms into the basket with practiced ease. Descending the slippery leaf-covered slope, he snaps a branch to use as a walking stick for balance, and emerging from the dense thicket, the familiar silhouette of the camp comes into view, prompting the excited dog to sprint ahead toward home. Back at the sanctuary, daily chores resume with familiar ease. He tosses fresh leaves into the goat pen, watching the young goats rush forward to feed before crossing the stone bridge back to the main cabin. The crossbow returns to its wall hook as he exhales a long breath, shifting his focus to the hearth. Dry firewood feeds the mud brick pit, flames dancing against earth and walls their crackle, signaling the start of the meal. Culinary preparation in the wild demands both precision and patience. Crouching by the stream, the hermit washes hunted poultry in a bamboo basket, letting cold mountain water cleanse to meat thoroughly. Back at the cabin, he threads birds onto sharpened skewers with meticulous care. Not securing them over the fire pit, he adjusts the height, watching skin render fat and sizzle over charcoal, exuding an irresistible golden brown aroma. A solitary feast is elevated by the ritual of presentation. Walking through the green ridges, the hermit gently harvests a few tender melons, careful not to damage the vines inside. He spreads a massive banana leaf across the wooden counter, arranging the teapot and cups to frame the windows. Lush scenery. Placing the roasted meat in the center, he pours a cup of water and picks up a small knife to trim the melons, transforming a simple meal into a refined ceremony that honors the forest's provisions. The hermit finishes his melon, wiping residue from the leaf. Lunch concludes. He clears the windowsill, stacking dishes with meticulous care. Stepping outside, he descends to the stream, crouching on stones to wash hands in clear spring water under bright sun rising. He adjusts his clothes and returns to the cabin, gently pulling the door shut. The wooden house falls silent once more.